Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the weekly broadcast. I am Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend has been great. We are going to get started. And first, we're going to go over the disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you're new to our channel and haven't downloaded my free ebook, link for that is in the description below. All right. Now we're going to go over the watch items that I have lined up for the week. But first, a quick review of the market. I don't know. You tell me. Are we starting a pullback here? It sure looks like it, especially on the Qs. The SPY 2 also would be lower if we can break if we can close below 642, 642.30. We should be lower. And then the IWM is a little bit of a mess because we broke out and maybe we're not following through. Maybe we come in a little bit, but I just learned to not try to predict the top when you have just a beautiful grind up on the daily chart. I don't like to predict it because most of the time I'm going to be wrong. I only like to pick the top when we have an accelerated move, a vertical move up. Then yes. But when it's a grind up, then I don't like to try and pick the top. At the same time, if I were to give you my expectations, I would say we pull in. Maybe at least Monday, Tuesday, maybe for a couple of days. I'm not sure. But we look like we could come in a little bit. All right. Okay, so that's kind of my take on the market. Here's the watch list that I have lined up for the week. I have the COMM as a weekly 1, 2, 3. So I like it higher over 1585 by 1465. Okay, on the COMM. The guts is a little bit gutsy. Okay, because it was a bearish gap down. This was not a novice gap down, but it has a beautiful base. So if you want to play above, long, stop under the base. Okay, target about 140. I did the same exact thing with Ripple, and to tell you the truth, it went up 100% in our favor in the newsletter. So here it is, same exact thing, big gap down, and it started to base over here, called it long, and then boom, and then another gap. It popped really hard, and then the next day it was a gap up, and it closed up 101% that day. And that was my target, the declining 20. So it would be the same here. It wouldn't be as big of a move, but could be 40% move basically, if the same thing were to happen. Got lucky with the rappel. Don't know that the guts would do the same thing. HUT looking good. 1, 2, 3. So like it over $24 with a stop under 22.80 on the HUT. Now one can do, if you want to give it more room, maybe down here instead of under this bar's low, you can give it to under 20. So would it be under this bar's low? Yeah, it would be under 21.32, in which case it would be too big of a stop. The target on this is like 29, tell you the truth. So it's got a lot of room still. But, using this bar's low as the stop would be too big of a stop. So if you like it over that bar's high, stop under it. Okay. INSP. This is a bit climactic on the larger time frames. It's down a lot. And we could expect it to move back up a bit. So the entry for this would be over the highs, stop right here, and maybe target the declining 20. I'm not doing all of these. I'm doing a couple. Long and I think one short. You'll get the newsletter in the morning if you're a subscriber. The IT looks lower, not higher. It looks lower. But if we fail on the sell setup, then I like it higher. So what I'm saying is it actually looks lower, but I would set an alert over this bar's high, Thursday's high, which is 245, 244.70. And if it gets above it, then I like it higher because it's down so much already prior to the gap. So I actually like it higher if it can fail on the sell setup. As of right now, it sure looks lower, not higher. The MAG is a beauty. All the gold and silver stocks look higher, and MAG I think is silver. It is silver. Like it higher right here. Stop under the bars low. So over last week's high, 23.42, with a stop under 22.33. Okay, so like it higher. The OTLK is okay. This is a beauty also. It's a breakout plus a 1, 2, 3. So it looks like it already took that pivot out. So I like it over 250 with a stop under 222. Now, if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see that there's another resistance area right here around 260. So if you want to give it more room before entering to 260, be my guest. Or if you want to go with the tight stop, it'd be over 250 with a stop under Friday's low, which is 222. Okay, on the OTLK. The RNG, it doesn't have a good setup because the entry for this should have been right here when it took out that green bar's high. So it doesn't have as good of a setup, but I do like it on the larger time frames. I like it on the weekly. If the weekly catches a bid, this could hit 40. So it's looking higher, and then it looks like almost a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly. So it would be over 31 by 26.90. It's a really, really big stop, but it looks good on the weekly. The SEDG, I don't know what to tell you. I think this is higher long term. I got shaken out because my stop was right here, took me out, and then boom, back up. So like it on the weekly, like it on the monthly. I think a lot of the solar stocks are looking up. That's the SEDG weekly. Here's the monthly. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to be watching it. The WB is another China stock that looks higher longer term. Here's the monthly chart. Probably not ready yet on the daily. We actually played it as an earnings play on Thursday, but the daily doesn't say to jump in yet. But these last two are more long-term watches that I wanted to share with you. Here's the shorts. We have the ACDC short under the whole thing, stop above the Thursday's high or Friday's high, whichever's higher. Thursday's high. So entry under Friday's low, 343, with a stop over Thursday's high of 375. BRBR is a daily breakdown after a gap down, so it looks good. I like it under Friday's low, stop over Wednesday's high. So Friday's low is 37.48. Wednesday's high is 40. Target 1 would be the prior low. Target 2 to be determined. Coin is a daily sell setup that looks pretty, but it's going against the weekly chart. But it does look lower maybe to the prior low on the Coinbase, and Bitcoin is starting to pull back a little bit. The monthly, and then here's the weekly. It's kind of a weekly pullback, weekly buy setup. So I don't love it. The HCAT short right here, stop either above the whole thing or just above Friday's high. So one could use the tight stop or the wide stop, depending on how much you like it. I like the fact that it broke under a long-term base. We had it as an earnings play also. The HCAT that day was a nice play, and again, it broke under a long-term base. So it looks nice. It looks nice. I wish the daily setup was a little bit better. I wish it was a little bit better. HNST looks beautiful, except that it probably already triggered on Friday. So short right here. So you see what I mean? It already triggered on Friday. Stop above the highs, and then target 1, the prior low. Nice rounded bottom, rounded top on the HNST. LAZR is nice on the daily gap, but not so nice on the hourly setup. There is no setup really, but I'll be watching it short, basically under 228, stop over 256, but it's not quite ready yet. SABR looks beautiful. Unfortunately, there's two ways to play the SABR: under the space with a stop right here, or under the whole thing and the same stop. So two entries. The aggressive entry would be under the lower of these two bars. The less aggressive would be under this bar's low. Stop in either case would be above the base. TROX is a daily sell setup. So short right here, stop right here. Looks lower, and maybe target 1, but that would be a small target. So TROX looks lower, and then XRX, we played it short earlier this year and it collapsed. 40%, I think. And it's looking lower again. It triggered already on Thursday, I would say. And then Friday continued a little bit lower. Luckily, it hasn't moved that much, so it's not really that late. If you look at the weekly chart, oof, that really looks lower under 390 with a stop over 460 or over 442. But this weekly chart looks really, really bearish. And that will do it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find benefit in these videos. If you have, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you have any questions, reach out. Our email is info@t3live.com. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.